Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to In the Crease with Tommy C. My point man in my crease is none other than Mr. Mecca, Matt Kazar, and the man that roots for the Blues has the news, but not today. He's going to co-host. It's Mr. Jeff, the Huffman. How are you doing, gentlemen?
Pretty good. Mother Nature can't make up her mind, but...
Oh, are you getting snow over there, or what's going on over there in Louis Land?
Oh, just a couple days, this past Sunday, when we had Shop from the Point Live, it was 70 degrees out. Sunny, 70 degrees, beautiful. Today, I'm wearing a freaking sweatshirt and wind pants.
It's weird.
It's in the freaking 20s.
I blame the Republicans.
As much as I love the cold, make up your mind.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
Pretty cool here, too, and I got a sickness because I refused to wear a turtleneck because I didn't want to look like a pussy platonic. So now I'm sick.
Well, I never wear... I don't understand why don't you just put the hoodie under the hockey t-shirt, or maybe like a long underwear shirt, you know what I mean? A thermal shirt, hoodie, hockey jersey on top of it. Yeah, you want to wear a hockey jersey. I would, too. Yeah. You know, I don't like playing hockey with that jersey.
It's just that when I put a lot of layers under me, I just look puffy, and it looks like the Michelin Man with a Subban jersey.
Well, who cares? It's hockey.
Yeah, I was thinking more along the lines of Randy from a Christmas Story.
You know who looks like Randy?
I can't get up!
You know who looks like Randy? Over in Buffalo. Robin Lanier, whatever his name is. He looks like God. I was reading an article yesterday how they're they're really seriously thinking about doing something about the equipment because, I don't even know it's the equipment. It's that everybody's over 6'5" that's in net.
Oh, everybody's bigger.
Yeah, everybody's just bigger. It's just
everybody's bigger.
Just evolution, man. Ah, fuck! I did that again. I got it.
Well, I mean, there's more knowledge with weightlifting, training, all that stuff, so people are bigger, stronger, faster.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
What do you mean you don't know about that? You can see it. When I was a kid, I'm 6'1", 200. It's a pretty good sized defenseman. It is not anymore. It is not a good sized defenseman. It's an undersized defenseman.
Yeah.
Or average.
My uncle was telling me in his day when there was a 6-foot goalie, they'd be like, "Oh my God, a 6-foot goalie." I
know. Now that's an average goalie.
Yeah.
And he's seen guys 6'5". How big is Bishop?
6'6".
Oh, jeez, he's
that.
Something like that.
That's WWE numbers.
The skyscraper.
Yeah. Jeff got a promotion. Yes, we have to have somebody.
Yeah, I got the wrench of destiny.
Yes, he did. All right, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm very, very sick, but I seem to get sick every time Jeff and Matt are able to do it at the same time. So I was like, no, man, I got to do this. I took no notes.
Do the show at the same time.
To
clarify it.
Did I name the fucking thing yet? Oh, my God, oh, no, I changed it, right? I changed it to, okay,
Connor McDavid scores an OT. He is the real deal.
He is the real deal.
The McJesuses beat the Sabres 2-1.
2-1. I did watch some of this game. And I had mentioned once before that there's a few guys that really scared me sick when I was a kid with the puck. I mean, guys that you just knew something was going to happen. That would have been obviously Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux, and at times Yager and Cam Neely, right? Cam Neely, of course, his career was cut short by Elf Samuelson. Here's the thing, and really taking a good look, and also trying to figure out why this wasn't the opening game of the season and why this wasn't promoted more and not put on Hockey Night in America or a prime spot in Canada.
NHL.
I mean, because it's the NHL. Okay, but we won't get into that. This is a good game to promote. Both these kids are really good, but Connor is special. I've been holding off on saying this because I wanted to see more. I think I've seen enough. I've never seen anything quite like Connor McDavid. He reminds me of Wayne Gretzky and Mario Lemieux. He reminds me of Wayne Gretzky, although he's not quite there yet. It's just knowing where to be. The smarts of hockey.
He's 18. I mean, he's 19.
Yeah, exactly. He's not at Gretzky's like hockey brains or even Jaromir Jagr's hockey brains, but something tells me by the time he's 23, he will be. The other thing is making a very difficult sport like ice hockey seem graceful and easy. He makes it look easy. He's skating so much faster than some of the other guys out there, and it looks effortless. When I was a kid, I'd watch Mario Lemieux, and everything looked effortless. I mean, and also the ability to punish minor mistakes. We saw that right 22 seconds into the Sabres game. A minor mistake. McDavid, because he's at this level. And I don't do this with players too often. I don't drool on players. You are sick, aren't you? So am I.
Contagious.
And it is, he is the real deal. I really think we're all going to forget Sid. I really do. So when McDavid's 28 and Sid is 38, we're going to be thinking like, wow, the next one came 10 years later. Not that I really do. Do you agree with that, Matt? I mean, I just think the guy's brilliant.
The plays he can pull off at intensely high speeds, it boggles my mind.
Yeah.
It seems like when he stick handles, he has a magnet attached to his stick.
I know.
It's just...
It's frightening. It's frightening.
If he can do this at 19 years old, I hate to see him get even better than that.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure about... He kind of looks like a soccer mom. He's got that weird mullet, that curly jerry curl mullet.
He's a kid.
He's got the mom jeans.
He's like your age, man. He's a kid.
All he's gonna do is just get bigger and stronger.
Yeah.
It's gonna be scary.
It's gonna be frightening. And let's see. I'm already tired of this Connor. The Connor that will get used to it, because I think the rap on this kid. Well, I didn't do a lot of this last year because A, I didn't see him. B, sometimes media hype is bullshit. All right, Sid was good, but he wasn't. He's not that much fun, and he's certainly not the best of all time. Eric was good, but he was a douche, sort of like Sid, and he actually never closed the deal. That's the only difference between him and Sid. Is Sid closed the deal, Eric couldn't, and that was the Connor McDavid of that era. Connor looks like it's for real. It really does. Matt
especially playing on a team like Edmonton.
Yeah. He's like him and Taylor Hall, the only guys really doing shit. I will say this, after watching this game, here's a name. I'm going to say this now. What's his name? Pardy. I got to get his first name. Pardy. I saw him. He's a defenseman for the Oilers. Adam Pardy. Excellent defenseman, breaking up tons of plays. I always look at defensemen. I think this guy, you will hear his name in the future. He was a big part of the play. He was all over the place, crunching guys in the boards, bailing out the goalie. And he's a big presence. His name's Adam. You said. Let me get a good look.
Adam or Alan? I can't remember.
This is the first time. Adam Pardy, professional for the Oilers. Ooh, he's crazy looking. Yeah, Adam Pardy, Pardy.
Picked him up from Winnipeg.
They just got him from Winnipeg. I missed this guy somewhere along the lines. He's 31. All right, so he's no kid. I assumed he was older, but boy, he's doing good things over there. Maybe they got him in a good spot.
By the way, this reaction I'm having with McDavid, I've never had with Crosby. Just saying.
No, I never felt that way. Crosby took a long time to develop, which is understandable. But I think
you saw Crosby play, and you're like, okay,
yeah, he's good. He's good.
This guy's good. McDavid's on the ice. You're like, holy
it's just like
shit.
This guy's pure Pustinen. You're on the air. What's in your mind, man?
All right, I'm heading to school in the morning, and I have a religious lesson.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to take those. And I got a presentation to do about the fucking Bible. And then I checked the internet.
I thought you're like I thought you're like this big...
Then I checked the internet about some...
you're getting cut off, Pierre. Say that again.
And then I checked the internet for these videos about the NHL and see Sidney Crosby, neon, TJ Oshie. Where's the suspension?
Oh,
that was one of the fucking ugliest hits I have seen this season.
I did see that last night. That is a little bit of that game I saw last night.
Okay, wait a minute. This complete. So Sidney Crosby had a knee on knee with who?
Oshie.
TJ Oshie.
Okay, TJ Oshie. I haven't seen this. I have to check it right now, Pure. Because I only watched.
I remember Oshie getting hit. I didn't see a replay of it because I was watching the Blues game, but I saw Oshie go down. Here.
He remarkably doesn't get penalty. Hold on.
That was just from Matt Cook's books.
Yeah, hold on. Well, I think he's that type of guy.
Well, send it to me when you.
Yeah, I'll send it to you right now. I gotta see this because this is probably important.
It's in Sportsnet.
Jesus Christ. What kind of condition is Oshie in? He didn't look like he hit him too hard, but that's always super dangerous.
He was able to get up and skate off the ice.
Okay, it did. I don't know. Does it? It does. Well, I mean, look, he may not have done it deliberately, but he certainly should have been penalized. You know, it's just. All right, I'm putting it in the Skype chat. There you go.
He didn't even get penalized. It was like, wasn't even seen.
Yeah.
Ref didn't even notice that.
Well, you know, look, we've seen this protection for top stars before. I saw it with Mess. I saw it with Gratz. I saw it with Lindros. I saw it with Lemieux. With Sydney, for some reason, it just stings that much more because he's a jerk in real life.
Shit.
He's just a jerk. He's an arrogant rich kid. I know he's not a rich kid or he doesn't come from rich. Does he? Wait a minute, Matt. What part of Canada is he from?
Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia, yeah.
Yeah, but the area of Nova Scotia. Is he a rich kid or just middle class?
Oh, he's from Nova Scotia.
I don't think he's rich.
No, he didn't come from a rich family, did he? He just has that vibe about him, like spoiled, entitled rich kid. And he's almost 30. God, I mean, I'm still bitching about him 10 years later. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't get how that's not a penalty.
I don't get that either. Well, I mean, look,
that's what I don't get about it. We have all this.
I don't understand either. I don't understand what the league sees in this guy. He's not even all that marketable. He's the John Cena of the WWE I mean, they have this marketable guy, John Cena, that half the crowd loves and half the crowd hates. It's exactly what we see with Crosby because
I don't think even half love this guy.
I wonder if you're right.
I think it's more like
60-40.
20.
60-40, something like that.
Only difference is people like John Cena the person.
Yeah, I don't even like him.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously we know why you don't like.
Yeah, because I met him. Because I met him.
But this is if John Scott does this hit, it's 20 games, and this guy no even penalty.
Well, I hope you believe me now. I've been saying this kind of stuff for years. It just doesn't. I guess I can't get excited about it because I'm not surprised by it anymore. It's just
it's fucking normal.
I don't get it. And like what's like TJ Oshie's a star. Why don't we protect him? You know. And I said, I remember going on a rant a couple months ago. I mean, I always bring John Scott up and the 7-game suspension on Louis Anderson. And admittingly, the Player Safety League is different than it was before under Shanahan. But it does seem like if you have media behind it, like they had, like the media was behind a John Scott suspension, or you have a player like, let's say a Zach Ronaldo. Well, it's guaranteed. Now, it's gotten better. It's gotten better since Shanahan left. But you still have this sort of star protection. Or it could be psychological where the refs have so much respect for Sid, they don't expect him to do stuff like that.
And this guy is starting to become dangerous. I mean, the last time Flyers and the Pittsburgh Penguins were facing in the playoffs, Claude Giroux had an injury.
Mm-hmm.
Not injury. Surgery for his arms. And he said that it was because Sidney Crosby was all the time hitting his arms with his stick in the face-offs.
Yeah, well, I think that he's been dangerous for years. Do you remember the Ryan Callahan slew foot? That was ridiculous. Yes. He did get suspended for that, but I mean, it was just ridiculous. We've seen him do. I mean, I remember John Tortorella said that Malkin and him were two of the most dirtiest players in the league, and they're definitely the dirtiest players on their team. And I don't know. He's always been a big snotty baby. And I got news for you. He's bad for hockey. The only thing that makes him mildly good for hockey is he's very well spoken and he really deals with the media very well. You know?
I don't think his interview about the Flyers was very well spoken.
Well, no, he doesn't give you. No, I say well spoken where he can say a lot of words, but nothing comes out of his mouth. You don't learn anything about Sid.
He does that deliberately.
It's an art. That's an art. Just to keep talking and the reporters feel like they got something, but say nothing at all. It's like that scene in that movie True Romance when Christopher Walken has. That's one of my favorite movies. Christopher Walken and oh god, he's dead now. Guy from Easy Rider. What's that?
Christian Slater.
No. Who played Christian Slater's father?
Oh, Christian Slater.
No, who played Christian Slater's father in that movie? He's a
Was it
legendary
Christian
actor.
Slater?
What?
Christian Slater.
Fuck off, you jerk off!
Fuck off, Matt.
You fucking me
Drop
up.
the bomb.
No, I can't bomb him today. All right. Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Pure. I appreciate that. Thanks for bringing that to my.
I want my suspension. I want my suspension.
You're not getting it. I'm sorry.
Democracy.
That'd be great if we could all vote in suspensions. Your NHL suspension vote. Well, why not? The media is a point. They're like the media is the super delegate.
Come on.
Yeah.
If the media can vote like a defenseman by watching their stats and like look at the point totals and then vote for the guy, why can't we vote for fucking suspension?
Yeah.
Those guys have their head in their fucking ass. They don't only come 2 minutes earlier to the voting rink. They check the stats and then they vote for the guy with the most fucking points. There's no fucking sense in it.
Are you just trying to prove to me?
Let's nominate Alex Ovechkin for the fucking Norris Trophy and he'll win it every fucking year.
Are you trying to prove to me that Scandinavians have emotions too? Is that what you're trying to do?
Well, I'm actually not like the others here. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm pretty much different.
Are you like the Esa Tikkanen of Finland?
You're not really blonde.
You're a little different? You consider yourself a little? Yeah. Go ahead.
A little bit. I'm not in that direction yet. I mean, that's the extreme Esa Tikkanen. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Esa Tikkanen's my man. You know that?
He's a great guy. I mean, we love the guy over here.
I love him.
Especially his kisses.
He did that. Did he come back and play one last year in Finland before he retired? Or maybe you're even too young to remember that. I was wondering if he was.
I don't remember that.
But I love Esa.
He's pretty fat today.
I'll tell you a funny story about Esa Tikkanen. When they were all together on the Oilers, Adam Graves is a rookie. And Esa comes up and he's going to, he just starts yelling and getting really excited and trying to pump up Adam Graves. Graves didn't understand one word that he said. So he skates over to Jari Kurri and he says, hey, look, because I'm a rook, I don't want to sort of stand up to Esa or embarrass him. But what did he say? I didn't understand one word. Jari Kurri says, we don't understand him very well in Finnish, so I don't really think there was anything to hear. Yeah, that's my favorite Esa story. All right, buddy. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, thanks.
Take care. Good call from Pure Pastine at Finishing Flash. He's a funny fucking guy. He's getting... I guess, yeah, I imagine he's really different over there. And remember this, Pure, when I goof on Scandinavians and Finns, it's just a goof. I don't mean that shit. I know everybody's different, except Syrians and Turks, like Matt. I know that. So, I mean, whatever. You know, just because I've had tons and tons of bad experiences with Scandinavians doesn't mean Pure's a bad guy. I've had tons of bad experiences. I thought the Danes were cold. I thought the Swedes were arrogant. Oh, did I ever tell you about the Swedish gay guy that was hitting me on my when we went on my first honeymoon? So
yeah,
to
you
speak?
did. You told us.
I told us that. Well, yeah, it's hockey related, so I'll do this. Well, most people think I got married last year. I didn't. I legally got married the year before in Denmark because it's the Las Vegas of Europe, and what happened is my parents, they gave me this, because they travel all the time. So they gave me this really nice hotel in Copenhagen, and it was really super badass, right? The problem is when you go to cash this thing in, right? It makes them look, because I have the same name as my father. It makes Senior C. It makes it look like I'm rich, but it's not. It's just because my parents fly and they get a lot of frequent flyer miles, and that comes with that as like a super 5-star motel, which is what we stayed in, right? So that was their gift. This is not something that happens all the time. It was a gift from their flyer miles. So I have this guy, and I got to be honest with you, I was impressed. He was beautiful. He was blonde, and he was fair, and he was in really good shape, and his English was perfect with just a slight accent. Pure said Tommy generalizes people. Greg. Yeah, you're right. I do. Greg's right about that. And he starts saying this. He goes, so what are you here for? You know? And I said, I'm getting married. And he said, oh, So, he looks at my wife, right? Well, do you want to hang out with me when I get off of work? Oh, I was like, I don't know. This is kind of my honeymoon. I think, oh no, it's okay. And then my wife starts to talk, and he cuts her off and starts talking to me. And I said, "Are you Danish?" She goes, "No, I'm from Sweden." And I said, "Well, you must be a pretty big hockey fan, right?" And he said, "Oh yeah, I'm the biggest hockey fan." I was like, "Yeah." I go, "My favorite player was Peter Forsberg, and I really appreciated him giving it one more shot in 2010 in the Olympics." He was going, and I could tell that he didn't know who the fuck Peter Forsberg was, which proves two things: A, he loved me. B, he's gay, because if you're Swedish and you don't know who the great Peter Forsberg is, you're queer. But he was really in love with me, and to prove I'm not even this. That was an exaggeration. This isn't.
I like how that's the thing that made him gay.
Well, this is the thing. If that didn't, this did, right? I was walking towards, like, Denmark's a little town, and they have this like sort of like carnival atmosphere. I forget what the thing is called, right in the middle of it. And we start walking towards this Swedish guy comes running from the desk, right? And he has a paper in his hair, and he's like, "Mr. Callanan, Mr. Callanan, Mr. Callanan," and he goes. And then he walks out. I said, "Yeah, what's up?" And he goes, "Oh," and he looks at my wife. He goes, "I need to talk to your husband." He takes me aside, like right in front of her. He goes, "Well, what I did is I got you, since you're not going to be using all the, I got the hotel to award you some extra money. It's about $300 because of your frequent flyer miles or things. So do you want me to get the cash for you or send it to an account or something like that?" And I said, "No, send it to my parents. It's their money." "Are you sure?" He stole money to give it to me. So he was queer. He was hot for me. But let me tell you something. I got to be honest with you. He was hotter than any girl that ever hit on me in my life. He was fucking beautiful. I was honored. You know? Too bad I don't like ding dongs. You know? Denmark is a town. It really is. It's a beautiful town.
Is it like the San Francisco of Europe?
Kinda. It really has its own feel. I will say this. I highly recommend going to Copenhagen. It really has its own feel. It's not super big, but it's European. There's a lot of culture, and there's a lot of drinking. The Danes aren't unfriendly as far as, like, they're not going to, like, help you or speak English to you. But they're not going to, like, talk to you either. Like, "Oh, so where do you go to school?" And they're just like, they're not going to have some kind of open dialogue with your stupid American ass. And being American and my wife being German, it's like the two ultra evil countries to be from in Europe. Because we own the Germans and the Germans own the Europeans, and that's all I'll say about that. We talked about Connor McDavid. You want to look at these the World Cup of Hockey? I don't know, rosters released. Let me take a look at these. Russia. I'm going to read a few of these. Vlarnov, Bobrovsky.
Team Russia.
Yeah, Markov. Wait a minute. That's not your guy, is it? I thought he's Canadian. I thought Markov was born in Canada.
Andre Mark.
Yeah.
He got his Canadian citizenship at, why can I hear myself?
When he was a kid. That's because you're on wireless.
Oh.
Anton Menizimov, great player.
Pavel Datsuk.
Kuznetsov, Evgeny Kuznetsov, will go for this Washington Capitals. Well deserved. Well, boy, he turned out to be a really a good player, man.
My fantasy team's benefiting from that.
Yeah. Tarasenko, congratulations.
Yeah. The bread man.
The bread man. Panarin.
Yeah.
Wow, scary team. Where's Ovechkin? I don't see him in there.
He's on there.
He better. Well, I'm just gonna assume he's on there. Team Finland.
Team Finland. Okay, yeah, we can go past Team Finland.
Tuukka Rask, Pekarine, Oli Mata. Oh boy, here's the big names: Rasmus Ristolainen,
Rasmus Ristolainen,
yeah,
Mikko Koivu, Jori Lehtera.
Yeah, you love Lehtera. You love him.
Yeah, he's having a down year, but
Leo Karmarov, I would assumed he was Russian. I guess he's.
Oh shit, me too.
Yeah, maybe he's a Russian that moved there. It's not that far. You know,
Yeah.
they probably have a lot of Russian immigrants. We have some.
It's the Ov.
Karmov, yeah. I don't know.
Korpikoski, Teravainen.
Yeah, that's a decent team. Decent team. Team Czech Republic. Neuwirth, well deserved. Radko Gudas. I really think he's one of the best defensive defensemen in the game, and he has definitely the best name in the game. Love him. Love Radko Gudas.
He's the poster child for questionable hits.
And he's hairy. He's a big hairy man. Right? See,
That's what I like about
if
it.
that Swedish guy was big and hairy, I would have been insulted. But he was a beautiful Swede that was hitting on me. He wanted to take me from my wife.
Hey, what's wrong with Harry?
What? I don't know. It's too Middle East. Oops. Oops. Actually, Czechs are pretty hairy in general, come to think of it. When was the last time you saw a blonde, fair Czech? They don't look like pure. Thomas Hurdle, David Krejci, Thomas Platanek, and Jacob Voracek make up the Czech Republic. Something I noticed about the Czech Republic, Mazarek, Gudas, Neuwirth, Krejci, they're getting younger. I think that's one of the problems with the Czech team in recent years is it was so heavily reliant on Jaromír. I'm also noticed that Jarmir's not on the. I guess he's done. I guess he's retired from international hockey because his name isn't on here. I don't know. I think he's given them enough service, and including a gold medal in 1998. Team Sweden, Henrik Lundqvist.
Swedes look pretty good.
Yeah, all these teams look really nice. Jacob Markstrom, Victor Hedman. You don't hear much about him, but he's really good. Erik Karlsson. Boy, they're gonna have them on the power play. Kronwall, love him.
You're not going to get any defense. You might get some 3-on-0 breakaways going the other way, shorthanded.
You got Kronwall though. God, I love him. Nick Kronwall's the greatest. Anton Strawman, he really deserves to be on the team. He did good things for the Rangers, and he's doing good things in Tampa Bay. Nick Backstrom, Louis Anderson, Philippe Forsberg, who's on fucking fire lately. Gabriel Landeskog. Wow, I got that right. The Sedin sisters.
Sedin sisters, Steen, Zetterberg.
That's a scary team.
Yeah.
Wait till we see Team Canada and Team USA Euros. We're coming to get you.
For Team Canada, I cannot begin to try to think who the centers can be. Try to pick 4 centers for that team.
I'm trying to think. Bergeron.
There's Crosby, Taves,
Bergeron, Crosby,
Getzlaf,
Taves,
Giroux, Ben, Sagan.
Oh, somebody's got to sit, is what you're saying.
How can you pick 4 of those? I don't know.
I take Ben, Taves.
Yeah, give me Ben, Taves.
Who else? See, I would put
Getzlaf.
Bergeron on the team because you want a face-off guy.
Yeah.
You want the key face-off at the end of the game. So whether he's as good as the other 2 players we mentioned, I want Bergeron on that team. And Jamie
Stamkos.
Ben. And Jamie Ben. Put on Jamie Ben. There you go.
Stamkos on the wing.
Yeah. Or bench him.
So Giroux isn't there?
Yeah.
Oh.
I bench Brew. He's not that fucking great this year. He's not tearing the league on fire. I like him. He's not tearing the league on fire. He's not. He's doing what Drew does. Well, he's not blowing my mind. No, yeah, bench Drew. And the reason I benched Drew is because you might get in a situation late in the third period where we need to win a faceoff. And that's why you take Bergeron, even though Drew's probably better than Bergeron. So I'd take Bergeron. No, that's the way I'd see it. I don't even know who's going to be on Team USA, but they haven't released it yet. Something else I want to point out is I want to show you the cool trophy. In 1996, here's Team USA winning the World Cup. Let me make this big. One of the greatest moments of my hockey lifetime. Only 2 years after the Rangers won the Stanley. That was a new trophy at the time because the World Cup used to be called the Canada Cup, and it was run semi-regular. That's a really cool trophy. But you got to see this disaster last time they gave it out. I mean, look at this thing. This looks like grandma's vase or something. I'll put it on for you, Dopes. I'll put it up on Skype. You got to see this. Mario Lemieux. This is ridiculous. Looking ridiculous.
I can't.
There it is. You see that?
It's really blurry.
Really blurry. There you go. That should be a little better. You can't see it? Now wait till the stream.
We'll just wait for it to pop up.
Wait till the stream comes up. But this is, I mean, God, look at that thing. There's nothing worldly.
Okay, USA has it. All right.
The USA one's nice. The one they gave out in US. This is the 2004 one. What is that? It looks like something Grandma had left over. My grandmother gave it to me.
It just looks like a big block of plastic.
It's awful.
Why is there like a shower curtain around it?
I have no idea. That's what it looks like, a shower curtain. So hopefully they come up with a new design. Oh, wait. Have you guys seen the logo?
Do you really want to?
The new logo for the World Cup is awful. This is going to suck. They're going to
That looks
screw...
like a gay pride logo.
Yeah, they're going to screw this up. Not that there's anything wrong with being proud and gay, but you don't have to make a logo like that.
You don't have to make a gay logo.
Look at this. It's ridiculous. Look at that. Why can't they make everything badass? You know, like, it's like there's so many artists, there's so many graphic artists out there. You like maybe something cool, maybe something badass, maybe something fucking epic. No, I'm gonna make.
I realize we were watching a Harry Potter tournament.
Yeah, I know. That's what it looks like. One of the teams for Quidditch, right? That's what a lot of team logos for Quidditch.
Hufflepuff.
Yeah. I hate Harry Potter. God, look at that thing. One more time. Look at it. Look at it. It's not cool.
Look at it.
Look at it. It's ridiculous. Sir Ron, you're on the air. Sir Ron? Oh, I got advice for you with that RoboCop looking thing you got going on. When you call me, whatever setup that is, keep it. Keep it. Keep it. You know what happens is they set up, because I got to set it up this way because of Halo or some stupid like shit like that. And then they forget they switch the settings and they call back. He calls me back and it doesn't work. Ugh. Kids in their motherfucking video games and streaming video games on social media. Hello. Oh, thanks for you joining us.
Sorry, yeah, the connection's real bad. Can you hear me?
Yes, barely, but you sound like the robot in your profile picture there. What's on your mind?
Yeah, so you were complaining about the logos for the teams. I really recommend you spare your eyes because they're going to burn off as soon as you look at the jerseys.
You sent me something, didn't you?
Yeah, the Russian jersey, legitimately, I thought it was a soccer jersey in the beginning.
It's
worse than the Nike ones. The Nike ones were good for the era, but this looks like a freaking soccer jersey.
Hold on, I'm calling it up now. I'm looking at the one. Okay. They killed the link. The link that you sent me, Sportsnet clipped it.
I was looking at it in math class, and I let out a really loud shriek, and I kind of got kicked out.
Good.
It scared me.
That's what
I
happened.
mean,
You know what it looks like? I gotta be honest. It looks like somebody put it together in art class when you're 7. You know, because the C looks like somebody took a scissors and they measured it against a ruler and then cut around it. That's what it looks like.
It's not the normal fucked up Russian C though. Like it's not in the Russian.
It's not the
kind
K.
Of writing
They should put a K on it. That makes more sense, right?
No.
Yeah, I saw them do that. The Soviets used to do that. They put a K for captain. I used to see that when I was a kid.
It's not German.
No, they used to put a K.
Right, you're right.
So what is the word for captain start in Russia? You know this. I know you speak Russian.
K.
What the fuck are you making fun of me for? First you tell me you're not rich.
The thing is they can't do that because the Americans can't read it. And that's going to make people sad.
Yeah, you're probably right about
dumb.
that. I'll give you that one. That's stupid.
No,
yeah.
Why the
Well, the Americans are running this tournament. Make no fucking fool, don't fool yourself. The Americans are running this thing lock, stock, and barrel.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
They're trying to run the World Cup of soccer too, but they kind of can't because it's in Russia this time around.
Yeah, then all the gangsters and murderers run it over in Russia. Yeah.
Not really. Like, it's going to be on my mom's town, and they were going to have one of the stadiums on an island on the river, really nice.
Yeah.
They kind of ran out of money though, so they couldn't do it.
No, we're probably trying to run it because it's so goddamn corrupt. FIFA's ridiculous, dude. It's not really Russia's fault.
You know that the sanctions that they put on the Russians apparently did more towards anti-corruption because people don't have enough money to bribe officials anymore. So now Russia is a has a more privatized economy than the U.S. does because all of their major stuff has been like privatized, like
Yeah.
their airline, Aeroflot.
Took all the
used to be
money away. You couldn't
state-run.
bribe it. You couldn't bribe anybody to doing the right thing. You fucked it all up. That's good information, sir.
Yeah.
You come from a wacky country. It's pretty crazy over there. You ought to thank your lucky stars. You should kiss every time you see a flag, you should salute it. You know that? You're lucky. Lucky you
I
live in
do.
America. Yeah.
No,
do you really?
but now I'm the only person in my class who does the freaking morning
Do you
what is it
really?
called again?
The
Yeah, I'm the only
Pledge of
person.
Allegiance?
Everyone else is on
Pledge
their
of
freaking
Allegiance?
flip phones.
Good for you.
I mean smartphones.
Pledge of Allegiance.
That means a lot
Yeah,
to me.
that thing.
That means a lot to
That's
me.
it.
That takes a lot of balls.
Oh,
You know,
you
that's
can
really
stand up
funny.
The people don't even know you're supposed like when the flag is on half mast, you're supposed to take it all the way up and then put it down.
Yeah, and you know that. Good for you. That makes me feel really good. That's really funny. Are you considered? Were you born in the States though?
Yeah.
Okay, but I mean,
I consider myself more southern, even though I'm more on the north. Just
yeah.
'cause-
Well, you're in that Mason-Dixon line weird area.
Fuck.
I know. Yeah, but no, I think that's really great that you did up and
Yeah,
like when I was a
I was
kid.
talking to an army ranger, like his family's been in the Rangers for like 100 years or so,
Yeah.
and he says he feels like the Russians embody more like American, like 1960s Americana like
Maybe. Well,
principles than like
they're
the
not
current
afraid to
Americans
kick your
do.
ass. The only thing is about look. I think the North America use a bolt, kind of a jolt of a little macho. Here's the thing about Russia. You guys are taking it too
Donald
far.
Trump.
You're all over the. Huron. Huron, I love your calls, but you are. They just go all over the place. You know that? How do we get over here? But I got to say this. I'm gonna let you go. But I think that takes a lot of balls for a kid to buck the system and say the Pledge of Allegiance, especially being foreign and stuff like that. Well, you're not really foreign. You're definitely American, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
That means a lot to me. That shows some guts. All right.
No worries, Cap.
All right, brother. All right. Take care.
All right, see ya.
I love that kid. Good kid. It takes a lot of balls. Is that true? You guys were in high school not that long ago. Well, maybe Jeff would know. Did they just make the Pledge of Allegiance optional? Because they would have yelled at us, even if they didn't think it was right for us to do it. Was that optional?
They made us stand up. They didn't make us say it, but I always said it.
Yeah. That's what they did with us, which is fine. I don't know if they should be making people say it.
They made us go in cadets.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you say it? But you're kind of a proud Canadian guy, right? You
Yeah.
consider yourself a very proud
As
guy.
a commanding officer.
Were you really? Did everybody goof
Yeah.
on you for wanting to be the commanding officer? Did they
Did
pick on
anyone
you?
what?
Did they pick on you for wanting to be the commanding officer? Here
Nah,
comes Colonel.
I didn't even want it. They gave it to me.
Because you're probably the only one that was paying attention, right?
Yeah. I
Here
won
comes-
Rookie of the Year in cadets.
Here comes Colonel Kazar.
Shit,
Ah.
do I still have my medal?
He sent me the link to the jerseys on Twitter. Now I'm gonna stay up all
You had
night.
11-round shootout last night.
Let's talk about the Blues. What happened?
Here's my medal. Just
Well,
hope you're
they
ripping.
Go ahead.
they went up 3-0,
Uh-huh.
and then they blew the 3-0 lead. Ottawa tied it with a tenth of a second left in the game, and then it went to an 11-round shootout where nobody scored until Patrick Berglund finally scored the game-winning goal in the shootout.
No.
And some of the saves in the shootout were just unreal.
A lot of reports all around the hockey media just not understanding exactly what you said when you called into the deadline show. No moves. And it is kind of, it does feel like the Blues are going to be in a very similar situation this playoff that they've been in so many before that.
Why not make it? Why not make it 5 years in a row?
Yeah. I mean, the first round.
Well, I'm not in doubt or anything, but there's nothing they can do in these 16 games remaining in the season that's going to make me feel better or worse about this team. So
It is what it is. They're gonna. No, you guys are kind of in a position like you guys are gonna get hot or they're not, and traditionally they don't. So there's really not much. To look
at
forward
least
to.
we'll be getting Steen back.
Yeah, is that why they didn't make a move? You'd think because Steen's coming back, but it's not like you guys are.
We've had so many people
You
get
had a
hurt
rough-
this year. It's been unreal. I mean,
Is that the idea? You don't make a move, but when everybody was in the lineup, it wasn't like you were tearing up the league.
A couple people have been hurt at any given.
Every
Look
time.
at any given time this year for the Blues. A number of people have been hurt
I think that's.
at any point in the season.
I got a tweet from Greg Wyshynski, not directly to me, but this is the I'll put it up for you. I don't know if you could. You probably could see this. Look at this. This is the Team Europe logo, and Pierre just sent this to me, and he says this is gonna be dumb, and it looks it. Holy shit!
What?
It looks like a '70s minor league hockey team.
Oh shit!
Look at
and they
that.
try to make a hockey. That's
awful.
Ugh.
I can barely write my freaking name on a piece of paper, and I'm pretty sure I can go
do
into
better
a
than
paint
that.
program here and come up with something better than that.
I'm absolutely sure that's true. I don't even think that's a joke. I think it's an honest assessment. That's a joke. It's fucking dumb. It's gonna suck. This could be cool. I don't understand. Why don't just like Germany? Just let Germany and Slovenia in it, and maybe you'll get to see a player, because there's probably a lot of players in Germany and Slovenia and Austria that probably could be NHL potential, but they don't know the right people because they're in Central Europe, and this would be a good chance to see. So, like, wait a minute, I didn't think that guy had NHL potential, but look how he covered Jonathan Tays, even though they lost 7-0. It's an opportunity to see prospects that you wouldn't normally. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't get this at all. This is stupid. When I was a kid, they had the lower end teams was Slovakia and Germany. And the only player worth of crap was Oli the goalie, Olaf Kolzig, who's basically raised in Canada anyway. A lot of guts going back to Germany and playing for his, the country of his heritage, I suppose. And they got crushed. And Slovakia, they had good players, but just not enough of them because there was no more Czechoslovakia, and it's tiny. And then now we have Slovenia, and Austria wasn't a glint in the NHL pick. I don't know. I'd rather... Look, it's like Harrison Mooney said. We had Harrison Mooney on this program 2 years ago when he was with Puck Daddy. And I made a comment. There was talk about women's hockey being nixed in the Olympics. And Harrison Mooney yelled at me. And he says, that's not how you build women's hockey, by stopping them from playing. What you do is, if you want the other teams to get better, and what I was talking about was there's so many teams that get blown out. It's only a U.S. Canada league or international tournament. And Mooney says, if you want those teams to get better, you have to put them up against the top competition, and it takes a long time. And he was right. So it's the same thing with this half-ass doing it with this European young stars and what's the North America? What are the two teams, Matt?
Team North America and Team Europe.
This is stupid. They're blowing
Yeah, but there's also a young North Americans.
I wouldn't say this under any of the circumstances, but maybe it is really time to fire Bettman. Not because of all this stupid stuff the stupid fans want. It's just because the league's not growing in the right direction. It's just one dumb decision after the guy's been there 20 years. It's time to move on. Frenchie Ben, do you agree with that?
About expanding in Europe?
Getting rid of goddamn Bettman. Maybe it's time for him to go. I mean, I wasn't one of these anti-Bettman
Just
guys.
extended him.
Yeah, just extended him. Like, why? Yeah. It's like they can't promote the John Scott thing. This thing's all types of screwed up. Not to mention, this tournament's only been played 3 times in the last 20 years. It was 20 years ago that the United States won the damn thing. 1996. It'll be 20 years in August.
This just in, they announced they're going to do another one of these in 2020.
So how many years is that from now? Okay, that's fine. They're going to be consistent. And why are they going to do that? What makes they think anybody's even going to go to this? I mean, I remember this going on 20 years ago. And basically, it's when I met Jeremy Roenick, by the way. And I have the USA jersey. I've worn it on this show several times. The 96 World Cup jersey. It's like, it was like, people were saying to me, like, oh, I'm going home to watch a hockey game. It's like, what do you mean? It's like late August. Well, there's this World Cup thing. And I'm talking to hardened Ranger fans, hardened Devil fans. And they're like, there's hockey? Yes, Martin Brodeur is starting. No, there's not. You must be watching something old. Yeah. And I guarantee that's what it's going to be like this year. No one's going to know about it. What do you think, French?
They're going to play for nothing, but have you talked about the under-23 team roster, possible roster?
Yeah, who's on the possible? Oh, yeah. Well, who would you pick on the Team Canada roster?
Not Team Canada, but the under-23 team is the one that is going to interest me the most.
North America.
And Yeah, it's North America.
Do you
So,
want that
Ja-
though? Wouldn't you rather see Germany? Wouldn't you rather see Austria, Slovenia, Switzerland?
Yeah, I
I don't
would,
get this. I don't get
the
this.
tournament is built like that, and I wish that the North American or Europe team wins
Yeah, to screw it all.
because
Just
it's
screw,
all messed up.
just screw it all up.
And the under 23 team could be interesting offensively with McDavid, McKinnon, Domi, Larkin. Man, you have crazy players. Eichel, Johnny
Galchenyuk.
Gaudreau. Yeah. Mark Stone, Brendan Saad, Huberdeau.
I
Man,
don't know.
it's a great roster offensively.
Ekbald.
Matthews, the next first choice.
Yeah, they're blocking me from watching the jerseys in Europe or something on the Canadian website because Pure sent me
Yeah,
something.
they blocked me
Matt
too.
Wilson sent me something too, or a gun cannon. You got to see this shit. I'll put it in the. Look at this fucking ridiculous. He says that the Europe logo looks a lot like the Friction Express logo. Who are that? It's probably an AHL team because he's like a minor league expert. Let's see. Who are the Friction Express? I don't know anything about minor league. Yeah, here, look at this. What is this? It's like a Nordiques thing. The Fredericton Express. They play in New Brunswick, Canada. At the it's the they used to be affiliates with the Quebec Nordiques. So it looks like so the Team Europe logo looks like the minor league team for the Quebec Nordiques.
Nice.
You're right. Look at this. Disagree? Now look at this. Same goddamn thing. It looks like somebody was on acid and it's 1972.
But I actually prefer the Nordiques one.
Yeah. The Nordiques one? I don't know. They're both ugly. I'd rather put Johnny Canuck on there like the fucking Canucks used to do. That was much cooler.
That's where Crosby's from, Fredericton.
Where is that? Is that a rich town?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. So what's his name's from there? From Colorado. They're from
McKinnon.
Yeah, McKinnon's from that area.
McKinnonburg, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's from the same town as Crosby.
Yeah. What's going on in French Canada, Frenchie Ben?
I gotta
Today,
split real quick.
You got to go?
Yeah, I gotta go to work.
Sorry. I just got talking.
good.
I want to hang out with you guys. All right. Thank you, Jeff.
Ciao, Jeff.
Thanks for being on, bud.
Yeah, today in Quebec, Tommy, for the World Cup, they released the roster of Team Quebec.
What's team? How'd they do Team Quebec?
I decided to put one in. So there's going to be the superstar Patrice Bergeron, Chris
Okay.
Letang,
Uh-huh.
the nephew of Sergio Momesso, Marco Scandella,
Okay.
Huberdeau, Pominville, Parenteau. There's lots of good players from Quebec.
That's not a horrible
Soulier,
team you're naming. That's not a horrible team.
Brassard, Ribeiro, Duclair.
Is he French Canadian now, or does he just have a French name?
No, he is.
Okay. All right, just checking.
Yeah, we also have Anglophones like Alex Burrows, Corey Crawford in goal, and also Torrey Mitchell.
I'd put in Matt Kazar. That's who I'd put.
Okay.
That's missing in that team.
I'll
Kevin
be the
Souza
mascot.
in Montreal. Or in Massachusetts. Same thing. You're on the air. What's in your mind?
It's
You're
the
gonna
opposite.
last call.
Thing?
Last call of the day. What you got?
Same thing.
I
Yeah,
don't
dude, it's
know.
the
The same
opposite.
thing to me. Yeah, it's like, what do you want? What do you want? I didn't
Well,
take any notes for this show. I'm kind of all over the place. I don't think it's been too bad. Not as bad as I expected. But I don't know. I'm sick. What do you want? What's on your mind? Tell me.
Well, when I called in, you were still talking about the World Cup of Hockey.
Yeah.
And I don't know how delayed this is, so I'm sorry if you're already on a different topic.
Okay.
But like you said, how ugly all the logos are and how bad it's just being organized, and just the teams are.
It's just stupid.
First off, yeah, why is there a team called Team North America, and then there's a Team Canada?
Yeah, because they don't want to put
Exactly.
Germany, Switzerland. They don't want to pick and choose. They want to make everybody happy. Because here's the thing: if they do it any other way, then Antti Kopitar can't play.
Yeah.
So what? It sucks. It sucks. Or make the whole thing bigger. And if they make the whole thing bigger and they add Switzerland and
It'll be the
everybody
Olympics.
else, then we're going to have serious, embarrassing blowouts. So this was their solution to the problem. The problem is But they didn't consider this. When the fans see North America Young Stars or whatever the fuck they're going to call it, they're like, this isn't real. This isn't real. The World Cup has an opportunity to be bigger and better than the Olympics. You could drop the IOC completely. They're a bunch of corrupt losers like FIFA. And you know what they could do is they could invite these teams in the middle of the season, like they do, shut down the damn thing for 2 leagues, and let's have the World Cup in the middle of the season. Less injuries. Because I got news for you. Every time they had a Canada Cup or a World Cup when I was a kid, a lot of guys got hurt in training because they go right from there to camp. So expect your Jonathan Taze's, Jamie Benns to get hurt and stuff. It happened last time that I remember.
Tavares.
Well, Tavares got hurt. I'm talking about when the World Cup. It's even worse and more dangerous because you go right from, you don't even go to camp. You go right to above the level of Stanley Cup level hockey in one day. Instead of like going to camp and then gradually building into that. It's insane. It's insane. They should just do this in the middle of the season.
At least now they train 12 months a year. But it's still possible.
It's still crazy. You think they're training that hard? I mean, the older guys do, but you think the young guys they're banging broads and they're drinking. I'm running around. Like, look, if I played for the Boston Bruins, it would be Poontang City. I'd be going to every college campus. You know what I would do? I would pick 3 college campuses, and I would do it like we called it here when I was in the Army. We called it the Wiesbaden trifecta. 1 in Mainz, 1 in Wiesbaden, and 1 in Frankfurt. And the way I'd do it in Boston, I'd be like 1 in Hartford, 1 in BU, and 1 in BC. And just do the trifecta. That's what I would do.
Sagan calls it breakfast.
I'd call it New England pussy train. That's what I'd call it. And don't fucking, you think I'm being sexist? That's what these guys do. Believe me. That's all they think about. You want to know what Jonathan Taze is like, Debbie? Here's what he's like. He gets up in the morning. He reads the paper, probably sports, and he talks about his job, and he talks about pussy, and then he talks about vacation. Job, pussy, vacation, in that order. They're all
even
like
Captain
that.
Serious?
What's that?
Even Captain Serious does that?
They all do. Yes. They even Captain Serious. Well, I have intimate knowledge of several New York Rangers cheating on their law. I know I run into them when they were doing stuff that they weren't supposed to, and I saw it with my own eyes. That's the way pro athletes are. They talk about work, pussy, and their vacations. That's what they talk about.
I'm sure Captain Serious has a really dirty side to him.
That's not dirty, though. That's normal. The problem is now we've made that dirty. That's the way men are. That's the way sexuality works.
I meant like in bed what he does.
Oh. Yeah.
Like I'm sure he dresses up as a sailor boy and he's like, I'm Captain Serious and I
That's speculation. It's just the way that's utter speculation. That's just the way it works. I'm not saying men are pigs or bad people. That's the way it works. That's the way it is. That's the way it is.
This is
That's
not a great sight,
yeah,
Matt. I don't want to think about that.
I do. Matt's like me. I want to know how creepy these guys are. You know, he does have a girlfriend. I'm sure he does have a girlfriend, Deb. I bet he has more than one. They're all cheating. I knew a Ranger that I know Frenchie Ben knows that was banging a girl that I went to college with, and he was like 35 at the time.
Oh shit.
I'll tell you off air who it was. I know he was banging. He took her. Get this. The Rangers held up the Stanley Cup, if you remember, at the MTV Music Awards, right? Okay. He had a ticket for his girlfriend and his wife in the different sides of the thing.
God.
I know this for a fact. I'm not going to
Was
say
he
because I could
Muslim?
get in a lot of trouble because I don't know if they're still married. Probably not. But that's the way it works. What was your question, Kevin?
Well, I was just thinking, why do they need to? First off, send me the name in Skype. I want to know. And then second off,
No, I'm not telling you.
I was just wondering why they are just screwing everything up. With,
They suck.
This competition.
They suck. Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you something right now. Can you name the sports organization that has the most subs on YouTube? More than any other sports organization.
Probably,
Name it.
yeah,
Go for it, Fee.
FIFA.
Okay. What do you think, Frenchie Ben?
Chelsea.
No, I mean like league. So you're saying FIFA too?
Yeah, the British league, the
Okay.
English league.
Matthew. No. Okay. So you're saying the Premiership. What are you saying, Matt?
Leagues?
Yes.
NBA. I don't know.
The WWE. 10
Wow.
million subs. And if that doesn't touch PewDiePie, who I think's got like 30. All right. You know how many the NHL has? You know how many subs the NHL has?
Like 500K.
You got it, punk. That's to give you an idea what the difference is in the leagues.
And it's sad that people who make NHL videos or hockey videos have more subscribers than the actual league.
Yeah. It's crazy. So I think it's a good gauge. Any of these Twitter followers, it's a good gauge to really understand like how popular our sport is. And our sport, and we love it the most, and I'm never going to make any apologies for it, it doesn't come close. So we're going to get lesser people running it. Because if you have any brains, you're going to go work for FIFA or the WWE or something like that, you know? We're going to always get lousy leaders.
It's a good point that you just brought because last year when Didier Drogba came to the Montreal Impact, I made a search on the internet, and since then, the Montreal Impact has more web page on the Google than the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That also means I probably could never break 100,000 or maybe 100,000. That's what it means. I'm stuck.
I have a feeling if hockey were any more popular, people would ruin it.
Yes, and it's gotten a lot popular in the last 10 years. Ever since they removed the red line and Crosby on all eviction, and it is getting ruined. Slowly but surely, we're getting more social justice types of hockey, and they're ruining it.
And people who always want political correctness.
And that's what I'm talking about, the social justice types. We get the more, like when I was a kid, nobody gave a shit about it because it was really unpopular. Well, not unpopular, but it was a Boston, New York, Michigan, Minnesota thing to do. That's it.
Yeah.
And I liked it better that way. I liked when Boston was the hub of American hockey and Minnesota. I liked Toronto. I liked the Canadians when they ran the NHL because it's their sport and we're ruining it. So what do you say? Kevin?
I have to do quickly two things. One, now no one ever talks about Boston. I look on the NHL network, and even the original 6 teams, no one's talking about them. They're always talking about the LA Kings. Washington Capitals.
You guys haven't won one in a while. I know it's only been about 5 years, but it's half a decade, bud. You want to get back in the news, start doing crazy shit like jumping in the crowd and beating somebody with a shoe in Madison Square Garden, Mike Milbury, or win a Stanley Cup.
Classic.
You guys are still a big... Kevin, you're nuts. Your team is huge as far as, like, ours. But it's just, like, we think this is bigger than it is. Real talk's on the phone. It's like, why did they go up? Why did more people watch the NFL All-Star Game, which everybody can agree is total crap, the Pro Bowl, right? And the John Scott thing happened once in a lifetime. They're making fucking movies about it. Right?
No one cares.
And no one, exactly, because it's just not that sport. People see names like Karmeloff and stuff like that. They're like, what? They just can't connect with it, you know? It's a beautiful sport. It's better. This is what I told Real Talk. Here's what I told Real Talk, and I'll tell everybody in the audience this right now. This is the way I feel about this. Maybe when it's like that, it's for us, not them. It's not for them. It's for us.
I'll tell you one thing. Jack Valet spoke on this in a podcast right after the Super Bowl. I definitely don't, and I agree with him, I definitely don't want the NHL to become like the Super Bowl where you're about to win a championship and all it is media swarms in. Like, oh, look, the game's over. It's just all cameras and people just singling out one player and not talking about the rest.
Well,
I like that it's small enough that it's about the players. It's not about one guy doing everything.
Yeah, well, that some has to do with basketball. Basketball can't help that because one guy can change your thing. But listen, it's better that it's small, but they're gonna ruin it. I promise you. I'm gonna ruin. You're gonna hate hockey. You're going to hate everything in about 10 years. More than likely. Unless Donald Trump gets elected, then we're all saved. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. I don't know. I think I've had enough, boys. Scott Gomez. He signed a rest of the year contract with, actually makes me feel good, with the Ottawa Senators.
He's like a cat. He has 9 lives.
Yeah, I'll say.
Like
Everybody's
the herpes,
just,
he won't go away.
everybody. Hey, do you really want hockey to get bigger? Because it won't. You don't want it to get bigger because you can't see stuff like this. This is an old woman in her 70s taking her panther. What do you call it? Her I don't know what they called. Her leopard print bra after Philadelphia Flyers goal. Look at that.
Look at that leopard print and everything.
She took her bra off. She's like 150 years old. Look at that. You want the sport to get bigger? Not me. You can't have stuff like that if the sport gets bigger. Holy
There's
Christmas.
a delay, Tommy. Do I close my eyes?
You might want to. You might want to. Holy Christmas. Jesus Louises. Jeff. Yeah. Yeah, it's time.
She's called Louise.
Yeah, she took. I guess she's really excited. I bet back in 1952 she was quite the looker.
Oh.
Melissa I guess Missa Davis says they don't talk about the Wild. You know, I want to get a feel for what's going on in Minnesota. I mean, you guys are one of the big hockey towns. It's bizarre, and you produce so many great players. It's like Canada Junior down there, but you're saying they don't talk about it. Well, you guys got to win a cup. North Stars never did shit either. They lost to the Penguins in '91. You know, Minnesota curse. All our pro teams fall apart. Well, I don't know what. Any idea why the Wild or the North Stars never win anything? I mean, you can't say that's not a big hockey town. Any idea, Frenchie Ben?
Maybe the center line because of Mikko Koivu, and sometimes you just go with some players, and over the years it doesn't work.
Yeah,
like
but
the Canucks.
But the North Stars never won shit either. You know what I mean? It's like
They were better. They were better.
And Mike Badana went on to win Stanley Cups. Maybe
Dino Cicerelli.
Dino Cicerelli. Maybe if they get really good, they'll move to Las Vegas. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's time to go.
No, it's a good franchise.
It's God. I can't believe I did an hour. As sick as I am. Last night in the National Hockey League, Calgary comes up short to Boston. Boston takes them 2-1. Carolina Hurricanes, they beat the New Jersey Devils 3-1. Can't be doing that, Devils. Not in March. You want to make the playoffs, you got to beat Carolina. Just letting you know. Connor McDavid scores 22 seconds into the first period against the Buffalo Sabres, and Jack Eichel. And he also scores the OT goal and puts it away. Boy, I watched the first period of this when I fell asleep because I'm sick. But it's really fun watching. It's really super, super duper fun watching Connor McDavid and Jack Eichel. You know, I think he's good too, but I've never seen anything like Connor. Really, never seen anything like Connor. All right, St. Louis Blues, they come up short in the shootout. Or actually, they come up big in the shootout against the Ottawa Senators, 4-3, after blowing a lead. Pittsburgh comes up short against Washington. Boy, there goes my lock. Washington takes the Birds 3-2. The D was in Nashville, but Nashville takes them 5-3. The Florida Panthers, they take the Winnipeg Jets 3-2. In Winnipeg, Colorado Avalanche, they get crushed, pumped, and beat up by the Minnesota North Stars. That's right, I said North Stars. 6-3. New York Islanders in knucklehead land, and they hand the knuckleheads a knuckle sandwich. Islanders take that 3-2. Tonight in the National Hockey League, we only have 3 games. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Toronto's in Washington for their ass kicking. Welcome, Toronto. Welcome, Toronto, the home of Anglophone hockey, and we're gonna kick your monkey ass in the nation's capital. How about that? Big game. Oh, we got Doc Advocare. Welcome to Wednesday night rivalry. Chicago Blackhawks in the Joe Oh, 2 original 6 teams. That's right. Tonight, 8 p.m. and late night game, the Montreal Canadiens take on the Anaheim Ducks, and that will just be funny. 10 o'clock. Anything else?
Funny. Yeah.
You don't complain very much. You're not like Matt. You don't get all upset when the Habs lose. And I know you love the game, and I know you love your team. Why is that, Frenchie Ben?
This year is a bizarre year.
Yeah, it is.
I expect good things around the draft day.
Yeah, well, you just gave up. That's good. All right, fine.
I just want to see the AHL player that we have and the depth we have, and we'll go from there.
All right. What do you think, Kazar?
Bergevin's an ass clown. That's what I think.
That's what I think.
He's been growing that stupid beard. I don't know what's up with him.
Yeah, you know what it is? He's getting fired and he knows it. Somebody's going to walk in his office and they're going to say, "Get out of my crate!" I forgot to fucking monetize the goddamn video. Unbelievable.